Presidential election now just 20 weeks away. In the first debate just 8 days from now. President Biden in Delaware today, but expected to head to Camp David tomorrow to begin preparing for that debate in Atlanta, while former President Trump's prep, sources tell us, expected to be more informal. Regardless, new rules have been put in place as organizers at CNN look to not repeat the chaos of prior debates.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's on your list?
Right.
Gentlemen, I think we've ended this.
Unprecedented.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang is at the White House. Weijia, the president is in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, one of his favorite retreats today, enjoying that area of the country, a beautiful part of the country. But he's going to Camp David to start preparing. What are you hearing from your sources, Weijia, about how the president's going to frame this 90 minutes in terms of theme, issues he's focusing on?
Well, Robert, the White House would argue that President Biden prepares every single day for this debate because he is president and he takes questions all the time, although, of course, reporters would like him to do so much more often. But this is going to be a robust preparation led by his former chief of staff, Ron Klain, who has also been his right-hand man for much of his career. And we know that his closest advisors will be huddled with him at Camp David to prepare for this debate. I am told that Cedric Richmond will be there, the current chief of staff, Jeff Zients. We know that Bruce Reed, another trusted advisor, is already with him in Delaware. And so they are going to be mapping out everything that they want to get across as they face Donald Trump. And when it comes to messaging, Robert, I'm told we shouldn't be that surprised because they've really been fine-tuning all the things that they believe they have going that Donald Trump doesn't when it comes to fighting for reproductive rights. They argue when it comes to the economy and building more jobs, when it comes to issues of democracy having to do with January 6th. And so we should expect some of that. But I'm also told that we should expect some surprises as well, because this is such a critical performance for President Biden, not only on the content, but on his physical performance as well. Robert?
Weijia, sources are telling CBS that there are tensions now, as there have been really for the last few months, between the U.S. and Israel. What's the latest? Because while the president might be in Rehoboth, might be preparing for the debate, he still is managing foreign policy. So what's the latest on that front?
Right, and his team certainly is too, Robert. And there was a very high-stakes, high-profile meeting scheduled here in Washington for tomorrow between the U.S. and Israel that included members of the White House, the Pentagon, the State Department, that was canceled after Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, of course, released a video that essentially said that the U.S. was withholding weapons and that he was so alarmed about it. Well, the White House says they know nothing of what Netanyahu is talking about. In fact, the exact quote from the press secretary was that we genuinely don't know. And so after this, the meeting was canceled, although officially the White House says that even though they are frustrated by that statement, that it's not exactly a reason to reschedule this meeting. But we know that our colleague, Margaret Brennan, reports that that meeting was rescheduled out of dismay over these, quote, antics from the Israelis.